Hello, welcome to Optimistic Medicine. We have another pick a card reading today. Today's reading is Why Spirit Wants You to Keep Going. So I'm going to break it down, break down the reading for you. We're going to start with looking at what is it that Spirit wants you to keep going at, and then why you should keep going for yourself and why you should keep going for others, including Spirit. Basically, like, what's in it for you and what's in it for everyone else if you keep going. And then finally, I'll get some guidance and advice from your guides to help you keep going at this thing. So, there's 3 groups to choose from. Group number 1 with this Dalmatian Jasper. Group number 2 with the Rose Quartz. And group number 3 with yellow calcite with a little bit of green paint, I think. All right, sweet angels, go ahead and pick the group or groups that you feel called to hear the messages for, and I will see you there. All right, group 1, tuning in to group 1's guides. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to find out why Spirit wants you to keep going and start with what they want you to keep going at. First thing I heard was love, and that it has not been easy for you to love and continue loving. Continue showing people love. It's hard out here. It feels hard to do that sometimes. Let's see. Spirit, guides of group 1, what do you want group 1 to keep going at? What is it that you want them to keep going at? You have the Hermit on the back of the deck. And your card that came out is the 5 of Cups sideways. So this feels like self-love, because we've got the Hermit here on his own journey, and the 5 of Cups with 3 cups spilled. She's crying. There's 2 cups behind her that are still standing. And it's sideways, so it's like, you know that you still have 2 cups. But you're still real upset about these 3 cups that didn't work out. So it feels like at this time you are in this process of letting go. But part of that process of letting go is also letting yourself feel this grief. Going through it. The hermit goes through things, goes through the journey. There's no getting over it. Not for the hermit. You gotta go through it. So there's been things not working out. And you know that you still have that good stuff, that good love, that Two of Cups. Maybe a partnership, maybe one solid connection. But you want more, which is understandable. But sometimes when we want more connections, we try to make it work with those that aren't meant to stand. But when we can come back to pouring our energy into the two solid cups that we do have, the solid connection that we do have, with time, we end up attracting more connections. And then we have to use our discernment from the experiences that we've had like this to determine which ones are worth putting the energy into. So, we're going to go to the Green Witch Oracle now. I want to call it the Garden Witch Oracle. You might like to garden, and gardening is a fantastic... Oh, you might even have a garden. And if you're watching this when I'm recording it, it is autumn. It's raining right now where I'm at. It's getting cold. My garden is coming to its end. But there's still tending that it needs, especially if I don't want my garden area to look real messed up. Which is a judgment that I probably don't need to give it, but just taking care of things. You can tell when things are taken care of, you can see it. I feel like I'm rambling. Why? We're asking your guides with the Green Witch Oracle, why should you keep going for yourself? Let's ask, what's in it for you to keep going? Although, yeah, you know, what's in it for group one, for them to keep going with this? You have grounding. It came out sideways, and it's the number 5. And that's very significant. I wasn't going to take... Look at this. Emotion. 5 of Cups. Very significant for you. What's in it for you? Grounding your emotions. Ooh. Ooh. Virgo and Cancer. It's just beautiful. Take a deep breath with me. Your guide said these are small potatoes. Small potatoes on the big journey. You may have lost the battle, but you will win the war. The Five of Cups, the Suits cards are minor arcana. They're not a big deal the way the major arcana are. The major arcana cards, 0 through 21, in tarot are your big deal, like, journey. What's the word? Not port keys, not keyholes. Stopping point, checkpoints. That's the word I'm looking for. They're checkpoints along the journey of life, the spiritual journey. That we don't have to be totally conscious of to be on any particular part of that journey. Some of them you probably need to be aware of, but some of them, yeah, maybe not. I don't think so. So, all that being said, you're in your hermit checkpoint, which is something we return to also. Like, these checkpoints aren't linear. We visit them at different times. It's just the cards help us put them into context because we're at different places in different parts of our life. We're on many different journeys at the same time, even depending on what area of our life we're considering. If it's all one big journey or we got lots of little journeys along the way. So, yeah, I was getting a message about a little cleanse. I'm going to burn a little bit of this tree for you guys. These losses are part of the journey, right? And why do we need to keep going on the journey? You don't have to keep going on the journey. But your soul, in particular, that is listening to this, came here to learn how to ground your emotions so that you can be a helper to humanity and to the earth in this time, in this incarnation that you specifically showed up in. Giving yourself breaks, though, is going to be really important. But learning how to do this for you so that you can feel secure no matter what is going on. That's the hermit's, one of the things that the hermit is doing when he's in the hermit energy. When we're in hermit mode, yeah, it's about finding that safe place within ourselves, finding that sanctuary within ourselves and with the earth. And doing this is big for your ability to manifest what you actually desire and not what you are dreading occurring. Not that just because you're dreading something will occur means it will occur, because that's not necessarily the case. I've had experiences where I was dreading... No, that's not true. I was dreading going to this job because I knew it wasn't going to work out, but I knew I couldn't leave yet. And that's kind of a different thing. That might be relevant to you, though. So take it as it resonates. I'm going to move on. No. The point was about, like, being able to ground your emotions so that you can work with your emotions to create the experience that you desire having. All right. Now I'm going to pull a card from this deck, asking what is in it for everyone else, for the rest of the universe, apart from you. That is a part of you, but apart from you, for you to keep going. What's in it for everyone else? What's in it for spirit? What's in it for all of the rest of the universe, for you to keep going? What's in it for you guys? What's in it for me? Because you keep going. What's in it for the planet, the universe, for group one to keep going? Longevity and memory coming out together with rosemary, chrysanthemum, number 16, number 39, Scorpio and Leo. Sorry, I'm not reading those in any order. And stimulation. Ooh. Whoa. 18. Stimulation. Let me see how I can situate these cards so that you can see them. How's that? That's acceptable. What is in it for all of us? Yeah, like I said, learning how to ground your energy so that you can live the life that you came here to live, for like you continuing to live, which feels like this may be what it's about for you, which is a very intense. And I don't take that lightly, that you're here listening to this and need to know why you need to keep living, why God wants you to keep living. You continuing what you're doing here and learning how to be there's a lot of words for this. Medicine person, wise person, holy person, but a healing presence for yourself and others. To lengthen the existence of life itself and pass on the memories. That stimulates rebirth with Aries here. New life and new existence. Because the stuff that makes it hard for us to feel like we can keep going I totally lost my train of thought. Oh. I don't remember now, but I want to say that the stuff that makes it hard for us to feel like we can keep going. Oh my god, I was going to say something else, and every time I say that sentence, the next part what I'm going to say flies out of my head. Wild. The things that make it hard for us to feel like we can keep going may not stop throughout life. Like, that is the opposition, the struggle that pushes us towards growth. That's what this whole message is about. So you doing this for yourself is fractally encouraging this keep going spirit in the entire universe. When you keep going, it inspires others to keep going, whether or not they know anything about you or see you doing it. You continuing to keep going is going to help a bee on the other side of the planet keep going to pollinate another flower, even if it's just one more before its short life is over and the cycle continues. I don't know if this is making sense. There's something I want to say about the memory of the past helping to stimulate the new life, because we have learned from the past. That's why the memory is so important, so that we are learning from it, and that encourages the longevity of life itself, not of the way things are being done, but how we can learn to do things better. And it is messy out in society at this time. We're not trying to extend the longevity of the stuff we know is messed up. But we're trying to make sure we don't forget it so that we continue to do things differently and stimulate that new life. So, what advice does your guides have for you on this moving forward? Thank you. You have the world on the back of the deck. This is so big. Wow, you got two cards. You got the Ten of Wands in reverse and the Two of Pentacles in reverse with the world on the back of the deck. Where are these going to fit? I'm just going to put them. You know, they might not fit perfectly. I'm gonna do this. You saw these. You know what these are. So we're gonna see these front and center. So you can see those. Okay? Everyone happy? Good enough? You know, we might not be happy. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just kind of silly. Okay. Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Ten of Wands in reverse. And you know, we got Virgo energy there. And you may be a perfectionist. And hey, are you being a perfectionist to the world? Because that's not all bad. But it's not all good either. You know? Healthy. I think there's a healthy level of perfectionism. Is there? I don't know. That's not something I want to get into right now. But if you have a comment about that, let me know what you think about that. Is there a healthy level of perfectionism? I'd love to hear your thoughts. So Ten of Wands in reverse, Two of Pentacles in reverse. We've got overburdened energy. We've got a lack of faith with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. A lack of faith that you can do it. Because it all feels so hard. It all feels so heavy. But that's because you're taking on more than what is for you. Focus on yours. These ones that spilled were not for you, baby. The mess outside, it's not all your fault. There's been mess for so long. And you feel so hard about it. And that's beautiful. And we need people to care. And it's painful when it looks like other people aren't doing anything about it. But there's so many people really trying to do things about it. And people really are trying to do what they can with what they have. And just, we're all got different capabilities, sweets. I'm going to read these from the Neo Tarot to see what specific advice your guides have for you on this. We're going to start with the Ten of Wands because I flipped that card over first. Shouldering the weight of other people's burdens, can lead to resentment, total burnout, or worse. The Ten of Wands reversed says prioritize yourself over the responsibility for others. Look up from your heavy load and see what you're missing, baby. Right there, your two cups. There's a bigger picture and it requires your attention and a commitment to doing less better. Don't wait for the straw that breaks your back. Do less better. The self-care for this card says, when the weather's clear, find a patch of grass and lie looking up at the sky. Imagine all your worries and pressures, the ones you so rarely talk about, gathering in your throat with every deep inhale through the nose. With every slow, full exhale, see them exiting your body and float away, dissolving like mist in the sky. Repeat the affirmation in the bottom left corner of the page as you keep breathing. Do this until you feel lighter. And the affirmation is, I protect my energy by always putting myself first. Okay, sweets? Two of Pentacles. One person's hustle is another person's burnout. You got double burnout cards. Which one speaks to you most right now? Get clear on your why when it comes to where your energy is going, and then get organized. If all the activity around you isn't fulfilling, sit with that, because you're probably juggling more than you can handle. If you feel you have to drop a few balls to feel less overwhelmed or to get your priorities right, do it without any judgment. Self-care says, Google the 4-quadrant Eisenhower matrix. It's a to-do list system where tasks are sorted by urgency and importance. Give it a go, or better yet, draft your own version of a priorities list or lists that helps take all those mental to-dos out of your brain and onto the page. Notice how you feel afterwards. I have done the quadrant Eisenhower matrix. I didn't know that's what it was called, but I learned it in a class. And it is definitely pretty helpful. And I'll leave it at that. The affirmation for this card is, when I truly know what I want, I can have it all. So getting clear on what you really want for you. Protect your energy, but put yourself first, your wants first, your needs first. The world. The world indicates complete win, and great accomplishment. This is what's in it for you if you keep going. At best, it means the attainment of the highest level of consciousness, a spiritual triumph. Evolution is inevitable, but unlocking your achievements also means moving into a whole new cycle. Celebrate the incredible things you've done and look forward to what's to come. Know that your most liberated, successful self is just a portal into something new. Welcome in a glorious new chapter and know that it will be great. The affirmation, I attain my life's purpose when I embody my oneness with the universe. Whoa, yo, can we tell the whole world that? I attain my life's purpose when I embody my oneness with the universe. Which is also basically what Eckhart Tolle said in The Power of Now, is that your first and main purpose is your vibration, and everything else is secondary to that. Self-care here says, play some emotionally uplifting music through your speaker or your headphones. Close your eyes, dance. Just start dancing, even a little bit. After the World card, the Major Arcana cycles right back down to the Fool again. Are you willing to be foolish? Notice your insecurities as they come up. What would it be like to be rid of them? Dance as you ponder that question. Ooh, I love that. I'm going to end your reading here because I just think that was a beautiful place to end. But I'm gonna say, point out again, you got 2 minor arcanas with a major arcana on the back of the deck. So, what you are burning yourself out with is small potatoes. what you are working towards is what you want to experience from your life. But grounding your emotions is a key part. And by continuing to go on this journey and developing that for yourself, by letting go of what's not yours, focusing in on what is most important to you, and doing those things as best you can, because putting your energy into these 2 cups should be fulfilling to you. If you don't know what you put your energy into that fulfills you, start there. We gotta figure that out. But your advice is to start by letting go of the burdens that don't belong to you. Anything that just feels like it's putting pressure on you instead of relieving pressure to do it. We need to either get rid of or seriously decrease the amount of energy we put into it. And I want to say, if that's a job that you don't really want to be working, but you have to feel like you need to be there for some amount of time, because I've been there, you might be putting a lot of energy into thinking about it when you're not there. And that can at least be reduced by doing that meditative work or the dancing. All these great advice. So I'm going to leave it there, group 1. Thank you so much for listening to this whole reading. If you made it to the end, I'm sending you a big hug. I sent you a big hug earlier because this is not small potatoes, but it still hurts, okay? You get a small potato thrown at you, you're gonna bruise. It doesn't feel good. I hope you guys are okay with laughing at your pain the way I am. Not that I'm laughing at your pain, I laugh at my own pain, and so I'm just kind of seeing myself in this, and you might have guides that like to keep it light with you too, and use humor for all kinds of things, whether it's deflection or healing. It might be some ramblers, but anyway, thank you so much. I hope to see you another reading, and leave a like, comment, and subscribe if it was helpful and you want to support me. Thanks. Bye. Hi, group 2. You chose the rose quartz. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to start with the Pulp Tarot deck here to find out what is it Spirit wants you to keep going at. Tuning into the guides of group 2. Just Spirit want you to keep going at. the Two of Wands with the Five of Pentacles on the back of the deck. Okay. So I'm getting that you're not at the beginning, you're at the beginning. 2 isn't the very beginning, but it's still early in the process of a journey or a project. So you have began something. You have started something, started the work on something, or the exploration of something that feels promising to you, or at the very least important to you personally. Not important to other people, but important to you. But this is like kind of like a side hustle type thing where you're having to put energy into it, and may not be seeing a return on it anytime soon, and you know that, which comes with a bit of anxiety, maybe about your finances or general energy to be able to do things. Yeah, you're like, do I really have the energy to do this? Do I really have the time to do this? Do I really have the finances to be doing this? But it means something to you. You've already started it, so don't stop now. What's in it for group 2 if they continue? Strength and stimulation. With cleansing. On the back of the deck. What's in it for group 2? Okay. Getting lots of creative energy here. Lots of creative energy. And with stimulation in Aries, this is something that is like tickling your senses, or like tickling your sense of adventure. It feels good for you to work on this, to do this. Yeah, it brings you those good feelings. And with strength, strength. Like, there's anxiety here about, like, if it's worth putting your energy into. And the strength that comes from you continuing to work at this is the strength of like, wow, I actually did that. And you're building the strength of your faith, basically, your faith in yourself and your determination and perseverance to be able to do this thing. You're cleansing the old belief patterns that would have stopped you from doing this in the past. This is likely something you haven't started only, like, it's not your first time even trying to start this project or this journey. You may have tried to start it multiple times. And it didn't work out because of past beliefs and anxieties about, it's not the safe route. So maybe I should steer clear and focus on the safe things. Even though they're not stimulating, they're not creative for me. And we're cleansing those beliefs that have been blocking you from this. So that's beautiful. That's what's in it for you if you keep going. So let's see what's in it for everyone else, for the rest of the universe, for spirit, for your friends and family, for me, for all that are not you. We have longevity. Emotions on top of longevity. And purification on the back of the deck. Okay? You got cleansing for you and purification for everyone else. How do I want to lay out these cards? Like that. Like that. Okay. This thing that you're working on, that you have started, is going to make people feel, is what I'm getting with the emotion card. We've got Cancer and Scorpio. Those are big feelings. In the last group, longevity came out for the same question. And I talked with the time here too. I talked about just the longevity, extending the length of life itself that it gets to exist and experience. And I'm getting that again with this card here, because of what you're working on being something that helps to purify others. It's cleansing you and purifying others as you keep going on this. Something about giving other people permission to feel their emotions. Permission to feel. With 41, 5 of Pentacles. So let's get into guidance and advice from Spirit for you to keep going at this. Got the King of Cups sideways, landing right below longevity and stimulation. And we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So going to do like so. That's fine. I'm sure that's fine. Bear with me. King of Cups. Can you see all that? You can't really see the King of Cups. I'm gonna put it here because, yeah. And Aries and Scorpio, both ruled by Mars, with the King of Cups, which gives water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. King of Cups sideways. Longevity and stimulation. I'm gonna spin this, just see guides what direction I'm meant to read this card for group 2. Sideways. They said the way it landed. First thing, I know this card is about, when it's in reverse, letting go of false security. And that's what we're doing here with the Five of Pentacles. King of Cups with emotions. So, for the Neo Tarot cards, your advice cards, I've been reading out of the book. You got King of Cups sideways, so I'm going to read both the upright and reverse meanings for it for you. But is there anything you want me to say about it before that? Remember that this is a long game. And this is part of the process of building up that King of Cups within you. Okay. Fire of water is the element. The affirmation is, I inspire others with my open heart and altruism. Having an open heart here. Okay. The King of Cups is a person or energy of emotional intelligence, tempered by the will to act and achieve out in the world. Often this card says that our social lives are vibrant, but still waters run deep, and we might feel isolated from the people around us because of our capacity to care and our rich imagination. Still, you have the ability to lead others with compassion and clear-headedness while knowing your boundaries. Apply those gifts and your life will shift for the better. Can represent Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Is there such a thing as too emotional? When it hurts or limits you or others, then yes. You might feel out of control right now. Your imagination might be excessively suspicious or irrational. Whatever it is, it may mean an inability to lead or form healthy boundaries, and that's what you're good at. Show yourself more compassion. Stay grounded and let go of past hurt so you can heal and get back out there. Self-care for this card says, many of us have the hearts of poets, but we forget this. Our goals in life gets in the way. Drop any fears, self-judgments, or a lack of conviction and do this. Write some poetry. It doesn't have to rhyme. There don't have to be stanzas and rules. Just write whatever comes to you by tapping into your inner creative emotional resources. See if you can theme your poetry around the topic of self-love. Notice what this brings up. This is about like knowing that you're worth it. Knowing that following what's important to you and your pursuits, what you care about, is worth it. Regardless of whatever value others are putting on it. We're learning that that's not as important. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Both the reaching towards and receiving of material gains has a way of knocking us off course if we forget about the big picture. Money, our careers, our houses, our cars, these can all be as fleeting as they can be unsatisfying. Newfound earthly fortune doesn't mean newfound happiness. Don't develop a false sense of security and you won't be disappointed. Affirmation is, I manifest everything I desire with ease. Self-care for this is write a list of all you want to manifest. Then write a parallel list of the desires behind each of those manifestations. What about what's behind them? Keep going until you feel you've reached your deepest, truest desire. The one that's in your highest good, that serves your soul the most for the longest. Focus on manifesting that. And I've gotten that card before and still feel like I should work on that one. That list of all that I want to manifest, and then a parallel list of the desires behind each of those, and then behind those. So, getting clear on what the true desire is behind this project that you have begun, but that you are feeling a bit insecure about because you've got to put energy in that you know isn't good. You're not going to see a return on right away, but it's because it's a long game. And that's all stuff I already said, and I think you got the gist of it. Anything else, spirit guides, for group number 2? They love you. They've got your back. Keep going, baby. All right. If you enjoyed this reading, please leave a like. Send me a comment. Subscribe. Whatever you feel like doing. I appreciate it. Let me know how the reading resonated in the comment section if you feel comfortable with that, or just give me a thank you. Let me know that it was helpful. Even just say hi. That'd be nice. But I hope you have a great rest of your life, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye-bye. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to this reading on what spirit wants you to keep going at. I am shuffling up the Pulp Tarot deck here to start with asking your guides what it is that they want you to keep going at. Group 3 to keep going. They said you're so smart. The 7 of Cups. It's a lot on your mind. The 10 of Cups and the Moon in reverse. a lot. You have a lot that you want to do, that you are here doing. Keep going for the win. With the moon in reverse, I'm getting it's not a mystery to you. It's something you've intuitively known your entire life. Something that got you as excited as this kid's face, but especially this girl's little face is really standing out to me. But him too, like, and I think this is big. Like, this is giving, like, big family, big house, big, like, everything you always wanted, man. But, like, your dream come true. They want you to keep dreaming big, to go for this. And you know what it is. It's not a mystery to you. Wolves, dragon, snake. Anything else with the moon here? Just, yeah. Yep, it's not a mystery to you, and it's a big deal. This is, yeah, they want you to keep going at your big, big dreams. Big, big dreams. And so, what's in it? What's in it for you? I mean, your dreams coming true, affection. This is, because 10 of Cups, like, this is emotional, and the moon. This is true love. These are those loving connections, but a whole community. Affection from your whole community. With healing underneath. Like, so some of you have come from nothing. Some of you have come from very little, having very little in your past. Whether that was, like, physically, materially, or just not having people that understood you. And this is a complete 180 from your past. And that's why this is so incredibly healing. For you to keep going at this, because you will get there. You will. It's for you. You wouldn't have this dream in your heart if it wasn't for you. So what's in it for everyone else? For you to keep going at this. What's in it for everyone else? For group 3 to keep going at this goal, at these dreams. What's in it? Well, everyone else, we have luck. Wow. Yeah, like the people that know you are going to feel very lucky. Fertility and transition. Wow. There's a message about, and you got double 11 because 2, 9 reduces to 11 and 11, so 11, 11. Big wishes, big dreams, big luck. And by you doing this, it's going to help others be able to do this for themselves. Which is basically kind of like the same answer the other groups got, but like yours has to do with really people getting to express and create from who they truly are. Yeah, and help the rest of the world transition to the beliefs that yes, your dreams can come true. Yes, magic is real. Yes, we can create the world and desire that we want to experience. We can create from the desires that we have to create the experiences that we want to experience. You following this path, this dream that you have, is going to help others follow their dreams. Wow. So, what advice do your guides have for you on following this path? What advice is going to help them? What's going to help group 3? What do they need guidance and advice from guides of group 3 so that they can keep following this path, so that they can keep going? What advice, guidance do you have for them to keep going? Guides of group 3. What direction you want me to read this in? Sideways. Group 2 also got this card sideways, but it was a different card. 5 of Pentacles sideways. Fascinating. Advice is 5 of Pentacles sideways with the 7 of Swords in reverse. Okay. Got 7 and 7. Should fit here, and you should be able to see it all pretty clearly. 5 of Pentacles sideways, 7 of Swords in reverse. This card landed on top of these cards, so I'm going to read it over here. A message about deception. lack of confidence. Let's start with the Seven of Swords in reverse. Whether diverging from mainstream behavior, sneaking around in one way or another, or acting unethically, a reversed Seven of Swords says it's not working out. Maybe you or the person in question have gone too far. Maybe a negative reputation is being created, or maybe you'll get caught out for something you hoped would remain private. You're likely out of alignment with your highest good, but you'll soon realize it, and that means you'll have the chance to work on it. I cleverly find new pathways, jumping hurdles that don't support my growth. Okay. So, diverging from mainstream behavior is what's standing out to me here. Yeah, and that's so self-care here. Indulge in your transgressive saboteur fantasies in a healthy way by snuggling up with a bunch of fun, silly movies about espionage or committing the perfect crime. Consider how you would have done it better, then start planning. Kidding, they're fantasies for a reason. Okay, so what I'm getting with this card is you're being encouraged to diverge from the mainstream behavior, and engage in your fantasies a bit, like watching movies. I like to watch a lot of Disney movies because of the themes of like faith and trust and manifestation throughout them, because like a lot of times it's a character coming from hard times and wishing and wanting for this thing, and they go through these trials and then they get the thing. But like then growing up, people are like, oh, that's for kids, like real life isn't like that, it doesn't work like that and stuff. But it's like, from my experience, it actually does work like that. Self-care for the Five of Pentacles says light a candle in the dark and think about all your negative beliefs around lack. Begin writing them down, and when you have an exhaustive list, look for the common threads. Are they fear, self-pity? Now meditate on all the times you were safe, fed, and looked after by life. Safely burn your list with the candle, repeating the phrase, I will always be taken care of. The affirmation is, my higher self is my light in the dark. So I'm going to read the upright and reverse meaning for this card since you came out sideways for you. Feel displaced or lost in your own life? This card is all about that destitution, whether material or spiritual. But think of the saying, this too shall pass. You might be in the darkest part of your story, undergoing hardships and feeling helpless. But just as the sun rises every day, the light will return. The loss you feel now won't last forever. Do what you can to help yourself and look towards allies who can offer hope that echoes your own. Getting past major hurdles that have informed your story means letting go of part of that story, which isn't ever easy. But truly recovering from adversity is about understanding that it's not who you are. You have the opportunity to rehabilitate your life, your finances, everything. But cutting your losses and starting again takes bravery. Be brave. You're capable of climbing out of any amount of crap. Go easy, but please keep going, as this whole reading is about. Keep going. Yes. with the moon in reverse, like you've come from dark places. And when we're working out, transitioning out of those dark places, like it can be, things can get better around us and we still feel terrified. We still feel unsafe. And that's why that self-care guidance was so important for you. So I hope that's helpful. Just real quick, if you want to take a screenshot of either of those self-care prompts, please do. But I think this is all we have for you, group 3. You can do this. You're gonna make your dreams come true. And I highly recommend, what Disney movie? Oh, let's I'm gonna pull some cards from this deck to see if you get any movie recommendations or song movie recommendations, because this is a deck I made of a lot of my favorite movie songs. Wicked, For Good, and now whatever way our stories end, know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. The Princess and the Frog, The Princess and the Frog, Lilo and Stitch, Aladdin, Frozen 2, Aladdin, and Enchanted. All great movies. Movie recommendations for watching people's lives turn around for the better. Except Wicked, honestly. I've never seen Wicked. I know that it ends with Elphaba becoming the Wicked Witch of the West, so that sounds sad. But I don't know if the play makes it less sad or something. I think the book is sad, but I could be wrong because I don't think I finished reading the book either. But that's what we got for you. I hope this reading was helpful and resonated, and if it did, let me know how it did in the comments, or just say thanks or hi, and leave a like, subscribe, and I hopefully will see you in another reading. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your life making your dreams come true. Bye-bye.